What's up, Black Carnivores? Let's talk about Thanksgiving. So I want to hear from you. What are you going to do for Thanksgiving? I want you to put it in the comments down below. As I see it, there's three options. One, stay on plan, stay carnivore, stay, doing whatever you've been doing that's working. Two, go keto, and so that opens up some opportunities for sides and for some things that you don't normally have. And three, just go face down in the sweet potato and the stuffings, no problem. And then just go back to your program at the end of it. So, those are like three solid paths, and I've done all three of those on various holidays in the past. But I want to hear from you what you want to do. Now, the pros of, sticking with the program and continuing to do what you've been doing is you're going to feel great. There's no food hangover. There's no struggle to get back on plan. There's no cravings. There's none of that. Of course, the con is you're going to have people who are looking at you funny. They're going to ask questions. You may have to say no, and you may feel uncomfortable, especially if you're not used to standing up for your own needs. You may feel uncomfortable. But, I can tell you that the first time is hard. There's no doubt about it. But once you do it and you're firm about it, but, not rude, people usually let it go. I think that the hardest part is when you say no, but, you kind of have a waver in your voice, kind of like, you're thinking, oh man, I would love to have some of that pie, but no, it's not good for me. When you say no and you have a little bit of that in your voice, people can hear it, and so they're going to keep going. But if you say no as if somebody said, here's a piece of cockroach pie, would you like it some? Think about how you would say no to that. You would just say, no, thank you. No discussion, it's, that's a full sentence. You don't have to explain anything, it's just a no. And then, when people hear that, they usually let it go. So those are the pros and cons of that. Then you could try to do keto, which is, sort of a halfway. So it means that, maybe you can have some of the veggies, collard greens, maybe some coleslaw, the stuffing and the candied yams and the sweet potato pie. That's going to be hard. But maybe you can make a keto version of, candied yams, without the candy in it. You can make a keto dessert that has artificial sweeteners in it. So you'll hopefully be able to stay in ketosis, even if you're not staying carnivore. So, that's an option too. And, the best part about that is that, people really aren't going to notice that you're doing anything unusual. You're not going to have to answer any questions. You get a chance to have, some of the sweet things. You can still feel like you're participating in the nostalgia of the holiday and, some of the holiday traditions by eating the same stuff that everybody else is. So, that can work. But for some people, especially if you feel like you have a sugar addiction or you're just, getting your sugar cravings under control, having some of that sweet stuff may kick it up. So, you're going to have to make a decision about that. And then the other option is to, just put aside carnivore for a day or a meal or a couple of days, whatever you decide, and, indulge in whatever. And of course, the pros of that is, nobody's going to ask you any questions. Get to have all of those things that you've been missing. Of course, the cons are you will definitely have a food hangover. You're going to feel like, terrible, just physically terrible. And for some of you, you may find it really hard to just stop at one meal or one day, and you may find it really hard to get back on track. So if that is you, I am doing another 21-day challenge starting December 1st. So I think Thanksgiving is November 25th or something like that. So you got 5 days to, just get it out of your system. And if you need a hard stop, sign up and make sure that you are planning December 1st, that you're going to start on this 21-day challenge, carnivore challenge, and you're going to get right back on track. So, hopefully that'll help you, make sure that there's an end to, that indulgence. But whatever you do, definitely try to enjoy yourself and, and try to start thinking about the holiday and the benefits of the holiday and the joys of the holiday. separate from food, you know. I think that what we have to do ultimately is kind of separate, you know, food and joy from food, from the joy from family. And you can enjoy being with family and doing all this family stuff without, you know, without it meaning food all the time. So that would be my suggestion. Now, for me, what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving, I think I'm going to be here in New York, and then I'm going to go to my dad's house on Monday, the Monday right after Thanksgiving. So I am going to do Thanksgiving, I guess, a week later, and I'm going to a vegetarian's home. So it will be very exciting to figure out how I'm going to eat. So in the next video, I am going to talk about carnivore on the road, in someone else's house, in a vegetarian home, and kind of how to handle that. So stay tuned.